I moved from Batman back to the newest Tim Burton movie. I wound up cutting 5 pieces for the DVD.
Good morning, Starshine. The Earth says hello.
This is like a one-in-a-lifetime opportunity. It makes you feel like you're a part of a little bit of history.
I'm a gun sure, mostly. But when I heard about these ticket things, I laid off the gun. Switched to candy bars.
Tim is very specific about the kind of casting he wants, the kind of characters he wants, how they're going to be presented, how they're going to be played.
When I met him in LA, he said, I'm going to be playing 5 Oompas. I said, that's great. He said, it's going to be done in London. I said, that's even better.
Are you hep to the jive? Can you dig what I'm laying down? I knew that you could. Slide me some skin. So, brother?
I think there was a queue of actors wanting to play Wonka.
Okay, then.
So when we heard that Johnny Depp was wanting to play him, we were very excited. The 3 Musketeers are Dahl, Depp and Burton. You can't beat that.
Know why? Know why? Because this gum is a full 3-course dinner all by itself.
This Wonka certainly is rooted in the book, but Dahl had given guidelines for this character for me, and then you had to really making very broad strokes to make him come alive.
Dear people of the world, I, Willy Wonka, have decided to allow 5 children to visit my factory this year.
The vision of the film has come from Tim Burton. The language of the visuals starts with the language that Tim has come up with. And that's in response to how he and Roald Dahl's vision kind of come together.
Action!
Sounds impossible.
It is impossible.
Sorry. It's descriptive, but then it still allows you to interpret it. I always thought that that was quite interesting. That's something we tried to retain. It just sort of set it in its own city and not really describe where it really is.
The interpretation that Tim and Alex McDowell have given this is beyond anyone's imagination.
Bring in the chocolate.
When I went to Pinewood and saw the whole of the Pinewood lot covered in Wonka, I knew if Roald had seen that, he would have just said, this is what I had in my mind.
It's a treat just to walk around it, to behold the scope and the scale of this.
The most important thing that we've ever learned.
My first reaction is great material for Tim, a natural, and yet I also thought, this is going to be tough, you know, touching into much-loved sacred ground, and that always puts a challenge on something. But I was really glad he was doing it. It just seemed very Tim.
In the book, you know, at the end of each child's demise, there's sort of like a Greek chorus kind of poem. We tried to just take it to a different level and, you know, use Dahl's lyrics, which I felt was important.
The challenge that Tim gave me was that each song should have a common Oompa Loompa quality to it and some rhythmic or melodic bass that would carry through, yet each one would be in a completely different format or style. The first one is in fact modeled after like a big Bombay percussive piece. It was really fun. It was Augustus Gloop.
Augustus Gloop, Augustus Gloop, the great big reading nincompoop.
I just had never had more fun. Writing the thing, producing the demo, doing all the vocals, like 50 vocals on it. And I send it out to Tim, not knowing what he's going to think. And he's going, yeah, okay, yeah, we're good, that's good.
Although, of course, we must admit.
Originally, I thought all 4 of the songs would be based on the first one. He goes, no. Now,
The senses in the head.
It keeps imagination dead.
It clogs and clutters up the mind.
It makes a child so dull and blind.
So dull, he can no longer understand.
the second one I did was Mike TV, and do something like crazy, and that's, you know, like Oompa Loompa rock, and this should be like Queen. It should be like going, you're nuts. All right, what the heck, I'll do it. Now for Veruca, it's like psychedelia. It's hippie. It's Mamas and the Papas meets ABBA meets this meets that. So I was going. At this point, I was like, great.
Listen close, listen hard. Little violet baby. Listen close, you see the road. Chewing, 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 chewing.
I'm kind of used to doing like kind of a one-man band type of presentation. So when I started cutting the Oompa Loompa songs, I didn't know what I was doing moment to moment. I was just kind of improvising, but I had a mic there, and I would just grab the mic, and I would sing 8 parts, and I would mix the 8 parts down to 2, then I would lay down 10 parts, and I'd lay the 10 parts down to 2. You know, and I'm recording them really lousy, just as an idea for Tim. And of course, the next thing I know, the song's in production, and like everybody's hearing these vocals. And I'm going, wait a minute, I just was doing this temporary just for you to hear. He goes, yeah, that's fine, it's fine. And it's like, it's on the stage, and it's being played back, and dancers are like working out their choreography.
That I definitely want to keep, and I want to see that too. So, okay, good. Thank you very much.
Danny Elfman's music is so great. It's great for a choreographer. You just see pictures immediately when you hear it.
I told Tim, I said, there was a certain point I felt like he was sending me off to like Jason and the Argonauts or something. It's like, and now you will go to the island of Crete and you will find the fleece that no one has been able to get in the cave of the Sibyls and bring it back to me. And I was like, but it can't be done. And ultimately I would do it, and I was like, all right.
Together for the first time in history, this is the Taz Attitude.
After months of in-depth DVD segments, this was one of those lightweight, chunk it up with the effects diversions even I enjoyed.
My favorite Warner Brother cartoon character would be Bugs Bunny for sure. Marvin was always my favorite, and then my son grew up watching Taz, loving that. It's funny how it just transcends so many generations.
Hi, get your free Yukos, ice cold right here. You guys want one?
You know I live on this broken boat with you, right?
I love it when you say stuff like that.
Of course, all good things must end. And being a Jessica Alba fan, this was a good way to go out.
The guy and the girl are crazy about one another. They live down in the Bahamas. They live out this rusted trailer, and they have dreams of, like, you know, maybe opening up a dive shop and making it rich, finding sunken treasure.
Definitely has a heart and has like the things that girls want to watch.
Smoking hot, super cool. A lot of pretty girls on this one.
The whole movie's sexy. I mean, everybody's running around in half nothing.
But then it's a total kick-ass guy film with like planes and treasure.
Sounds like hundreds of millions.
More.
There's something that belongs to me, Jerry?
We're looking for buried treasure. We stumble across cocaine, which we find simultaneously.
Coke and fights and drug dealers.
I'm pushing sharks out of the way.
And guns and car chases.
It's gorgeous and sexy.
I like it. I think it's cool.
It has everything.
It works. It's fun to watch.
Find something? Yeah.
There was something about going back onto the water, under the water, working with young people again. I thought this movie had a sort of real drive and originality, and it was sort of a character-driven piece, although it has an action-adventure thriller component. At the end of the day, it's a story about the four people and complexities of life and the moral dilemmas that are posed to them throughout the piece.
Wait, whoa. Come here. Sam, stop! let's just let the defense present its case for a second.
All right.
I don't do drugs.
Uh-huh.
I hate drugs.
Sure.
But throwing this away, I don't know. Maybe I object. Silly, right?
Throw out the question to the audience, you know, how far would you go if you were presented with this kind of an opportunity?
Wow.
What kind of compromises would you make?
That's a new boat, Jared.
So many
same page.
I was attracted to doing Into the Blue purely for the water. I love swimming. I love scuba diving. I love free diving. I've been doing it since I was a kid.
John Stockwell assured me that we were going to be in the Caymans. It was going to be a good time. He's all, look at it in terms of a paid vacation. They're going to give me cast approval, and I wanted to work with Scotty Conn again, and it just worked out perfect because he was their favorite for the role of Bryce. Hey, do not be a hero. All right, get back in the car.
Stupid, what are you going to do?
Jessica Alba was the only girl I wanted to work with, so I was like, all right, I got to do this. 4 or 5 months later, instead of the Caymans, we went to the Bahamas. I'm working 6-day weeks. It got all messed up, but it's been a lot of fun.
Oh, we're not gonna get caught.
You're right, we're not.
No, come on. It's just for us. Just come on, relax.
I am.
We'll save it for a rainy day or a rainy month.
Come on, it was so hard to call her a coke whore. I was like, do we really have to say that?
A lot of the things that I got to do in this film I would have never done in real life, and so it was, you know, that's what acting's about. You get to play dress up.
It's cold.
Don't say that.
I flew down to the Caymans and dove there for like 2 weeks just to get used to it again. But I already knew how to dive. I wasn't like learning anything new.
Before we came out here, Scott Conn and I learned in a pool in the valley. We went to summer camp. We had like 6 lessons or something. We'd go there with our homework, or I didn't really always have my homework done, but Scotty always did, and he sat next to me, so it worked out great.
I was never really a big scuba diver, and I've done some free diving in the past. I'm doing breath holds now, or I'm going in excess of 100 feet.
I've tried to incorporate as much as possible the free diving because it's one of the most interesting aspects of diving right now. You know, people who really can go down and stay underwater for 2, 3, 4 minutes and get down to, you know, 100, 150 feet.
I got really into the free diving, which is more athletic and more, you know, challenging. It's just going down with no tank. It's just how deep you can go, and like breath holds. And
I can hold my breath forever. So it's pretty cool because John set up these shots for us to like do scuba. Then when they were ready, like do this little action and come back to the scuba. And I would like free dive the whole thing, just hold my breath and come back up.
I love the element. I love being in the water. It's real peaceful. It's a soul sport. It's real similar to surfing in that respect, I think.
It's just another world, and it's so serene, and it's so private, and it's so beautiful.
If anything, other than being in the Bahamas for 3 months and making a movie wasn't good enough, I learned how to scuba dive. I'm certified, and I can go anywhere around the world and do it wherever I want. It's just really, it was a bonus for sure.
Cool?
Don't do that! Come on, don't do that!
Sharks are probably the single greatest reason we came to the Bahamas. When you pull up in a boat, they swarm your boat, you get in the water, and they circle around you, and they're used to humans, but they're not domesticated animals.
To see a silhouette of a 9-foot, 300-pound shark for the first time is so mind-blowing that you're just like raw nerve. So you grab everything you can, anybody you can to save yourself, and you realize what kind of person you really are.
For the most part, it's just a really fun world to bring people into and a kind of fun journey to go along on.
I think people will get a kick out of it. I hope they do. It's just a scenario that, to me, it's just so real. I can see it happening. I got everything I need right here.
Some people will see it for the romance. Some people will see it for the action. I think it's the best of both worlds. It's a chick flick, and it's also like a thing that guys can go see and be like, yeah!